gotta keep the fire burning. Chase your dream, don't hesitate. Keep on dreaming, keep on yearning. Don't let the flame die while you wait. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Artist Spotlight with Ralph here on Rock in the Valley. Tonight, I am excited to bring on Bill Meecham. Bill, how are you tonight?
Doing great, Ralph. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. Never been better. Living the dream.
Indeed.
Yeah, supposedly anyway. That's what they call it. Well, they say if you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life. So, can't complain. I may not be rich, but
love working.
Can't complain about what I do. So, how about yourself?
Same thing. This is basically a hobby, and I love writing, putting it together, stuff that I've been working on for years, sometimes just in days. And I work full time too, so always busy. Plus a family and kids, and it's always something going on.
Well, it's definitely good to be busy. There's no doubt about that. And if you're busy with family and kids and music, you can't go wrong there. And of course, you have to work for a living too. So, good stuff. You're in computer technology, right?
I do. It's about a long time now.
Yeah. So how long you been playing?
Started piano lessons when I was 4. My dad took me Combs College of Music downtown Philadelphia and gave recitals 4 or 5 years old, and I played the piano until I was about 12, 13, and then switched and taught myself guitar and played sax in high school. Thought I was going to, then I went to computer science, and then there was a teacher strike, and a few years went by, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to become a music major. So I signed up to be a music major, and just playing bands, a lot of different places, but it really didn't look like it was going to take off. So I went back for computer science and kept going, but then just kept playing too. That's
a good thing.
In the 80s, it was, we wrote some originals. There's some out there right now online with the dog. Here, you'll see this guy. You see that? There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
You might see this guy online. Yeah. So all those songs on there were actually written in the 80s and recorded by a totally different group of people. And that's really where the name came from. So back in the day, we were called the Fox Band, or we had the name Vengeance, but Fox was one of the last ones. And then it broke up. I moved to the Lehigh Valley area, basically Lehighton, and the tape was lost. So we had no record of it. In 2015, I found a copy and released it then. So the songs all came out in 2015, but they were actually written in the 80s. Late 80s is when we recorded those guys. And in the 90s, I was doing a lot of Christian music, and 2000s, same thing. And then that's pretty much the history.
Cool.
Now it's songwriting.
Yeah.
The past 5 years.
Fantastic. So everything you're going to do for us tonight is original, right?
Everything.
Cool. And you had some other people working with you. You collaborated to write a lot of the songs. So
different lyricists. So the music's all 99% of the music's mine. There's one, like The Letter was written by Bill Donovan and Lee Heighton, and there was another song that was recently I just put out in January. It was originally written by a guy. So Mary Ann was a friend of mine from, my gosh, when we were in second grade, and she found me on Facebook, heard what I was doing. I'm looking up my notes here. Heard what I was doing, and she says, "Boy, my late husband wrote a song for me. I was wondering if you could finish it." So she gave me the words and the music, and I changed the words significantly and kept as much of the music as I could, arranged it and put it together and released it, and she was pretty happy with it.
Cool.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. You Are the One you can find that on YouTube and pretty much everywhere else that Spotify, iTunes. You can buy it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, what are
But
we looking for when we go looking at for you on YouTube or Spotify?
you can search for ROKA. Oh, that's the rest of that story. So ROKA is Hungarian for fox. So that last
Okay.
band we were in was Fox, and that's where that name comes from. I tried to keep it. The idea was to keep the name from long ago without really saying that we were together still. So that's where Roka came from.
Oh,
And
okay. Fantastic.
the dog was called Roka. She just recently passed away. Last year, she passed away. So it's kind of like an honorary thing now. It honors a couple different people, and it's Hungarian because that's where my mom was. So
Oh,
that's where that
fantastic.
story is. Yeah,
Pretty cool. Pretty cool background on that.
that's
So,
fun. Everything has a
Hungarian
story.
for fox, huh?
Roka. It's you got to roll the R a certain way that I don't have the ability to do.
Used to have to do that when I was taking Spanish lessons.
And you still do
Roll
that?
the R's. I can still speak. I don't want to say fluently, but I can still speak fairly well
That's awesome.
and understand fairly well too. And that and Italian, as a matter of fact. So, but I mean, they're also similar. Once
Right.
you have one Romance language down, trying to learn another one isn't as difficult as people might think it is.
Do you
And
sing in Spanish? Do you play?
no, no, I haven't sung in or played in any other language other than English, and probably don't intend to. I don't know. You never know. Um, I learned how to speak Italian because I guess it was 2011. Went on a trip to Rome, and I was like, I didn't want to feel like I was out of place and not be able to order things or understand what people were saying, and got to Rome and went out to dinner the very first night with the woman I was dating at the time, and the guy was speaking English the whole time at the restaurant. And I said, dude, I spent all this time learning how to speak Italian. Would you please speak Italian to me so I can speak back in Italian? And he just laughed and said, okay. And then the rest of the conversation was in Italian. So it's like, why did I waste my time if everybody's going to speak English, But Rome is a tourist place, so, I guess they all spoke English, which it didn't dawn on me until after we were there, and I was like, okay, I get it. So it's what it is.
You just stayed in Rome when you went? Or did you
Yeah,
travel?
we,
Yeah.
we took one day trip down to God, I can't. Osteria, I think, is the name of the town. It's right on the shoreline, and that trip was mainly to see some ruins that are there and then spend the day on the beach. So, but other than that, yeah, the rest of the time was spent in Rome. And honestly, 9 days in Rome and probably didn't see everything. So, there was still plenty of other stuff that we could have done, just didn't have the time to do it. So,
Nice
it
trip.
was a nice trip. Yep.
Definitely.
All right. So, what song are you gonna play for us first?
First one is one that a good friend of mine that I've known he was a bass player back in the day, and he wrote the words for Trapped in 2015, and he gave me the words on Thanksgiving, and I had the ideas for a song by January and put it together. I don't know when we released it, but it was that was the first one. So we'll do this one first. Trapped, it's
All
called.
right. Sounds great.
If I can play it. So what happens is when you play a lot of studio things, then you don't play your music a whole lot. And so I basically had to learn these over. So it's been an exciting, interesting thing to do. So let's see how
Cool.
it goes.
All right. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Here we go. There's one who stays trapped and will stay for all time. It started so long ago, I never want to get away. What we had came and went. After all this time, she stays trapped in my mind. You'll never get away. Trapped in my mind, forever there you'll stay. And I never can forget or escape my thoughts of you. Time moves on, but the memories unchanged. I'm older now, but I just want to see her here again. The thoughts turn to gold, and there she will stay. You know I want to thank her for staying. Trapped in my mind, you'll never get away. Trapped in my mind, forever there you'll stay. And I never can forget or escape my thoughts of you. There's one who stays trapped and will stay for all time. It started so long ago, I never want to get away. What we had came and went. After all this time, she stays trapped in my mind. You'll never get away. Trapped in my mind, forever there you'll stay. And I never can forget or escape my thoughts of you. My thoughts of you. My thoughts of you. My thoughts of you. Could have been more in love. We could just make it so.
I think you did just fine.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Let me bow.
Yeah, there you go. See, not that difficult.
Nah, not that bad.
Song's called Trapped, right?
That's what it is. You can hear it online. YouTube has it. I put in the background, since it's a memory, I put some kind of a chorus behind it, like made it a little bit more ethereal, mysterious, nebulous, whatever you want to say. So that was the idea. I was just learning production. There's some drum loops involved, and I was learning that. So it's kind of rudimentary, but it's fun. It's got a different feel to it, and there's obviously leads and things going on, so it's a little bit more complicated on there.
Yeah, yeah. It always is trying to translate it to the acoustic guitar. That I guess the good thing about a lot of my music is that I wrote it on the guitar. It was originally an acoustic song, so sometimes it's hard for me in my mind to go back to that. But by the same token, that's the way it was originally written. So a lot of times when I play it out, it's going to sound different than it does on the album, but it's going to be exactly the way I wrote it, and probably the way you heard it the first time you ever heard it. So, it makes a difference, but it's difficult sometimes to go back to that. I understand, without a doubt. You said it's on YouTube. Did I follow you on YouTube? Did I subscribe to your YouTube channel?
I don't look at the stats. Maybe you did.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm up to maybe 30 subscribers, I think, round about there. At least, I don't know. I think it was that.
Is
that
it in
point.
your name or is it under Roca?
You can look either way. Roca Group.
Either way.
Or my name, Bill MEEC. Well, it's on your screen there, I think. MWECHAM. Yep. Either way.
Got the spelling right this time.
Yeah. It's okay. Everyone spells it wrong, and really, my dad wasn't called that when he was born, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know where the U came from.
That's okay. It was they used to, people say, well, how do you pronounce that? And my dad told me, he would tell people it's like Meecham, and it was like, if you put an English accent to it, and it makes it a little bit funny, I guess.
Yeah. and I guess maybe that's where the U came in. I'm thinking Meecham instead of Meecham.
Yeah, phonetically. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So then I spelled it that way, and thankfully you caught it before I posted it online, so that I could put it up the right way. That's a good thing. So, but yeah, no, that song sounded great, man.
Thanks.
No issues there at all.
The bass line in it was, I tried to go for a Motown sound in the bass.
Yeah.
It was an inspiration, I used to love Motown music, so I tried to get that there, and I think I pulled it off a little bit. But
yeah,
I don't know.
So you do a lot of the recording just yourself? I mean,
Chuck in the beginning was helping me. Chuck Selsley was helping me out with the bass lines, and he was writing a lot of lyrics, so it made it a lot easier. But now with COVID going on, so that's kind of stopped. It's just been me putting everything together now.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting
I have
better,
my.
but then I take a couple steps forward and I feel like I take 10 steps back. I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
we're our own worst critics, so you know, it's always good to have a second set of ears and to listen to things and yeah, me, I have several different people playing on the album because I'm not capable of doing all that stuff by myself. I'm certainly not a lead guitarist, so that wasn't coming from me. Um, I took piano lessons when I was a little kid because my mom wanted me to play piano, and
Yeah.
I hated it, so I didn't pay any attention to it. I always wanted to be a bass player. That was my dream. So, I quit taking piano lessons, and then I got, well, if you want to learn how to play the guitar, you're going to do it yourself. So I did.
What kind of bass guitar do you have?
I have an EBO, and
Oh,
long story behind that. When I got married and I stopped playing in cover bands because I was always a bass guitarist in cover bands, I started selling off my equipment, and the only thing I really kept was an old acoustic guitar that I had. And you know, one of the things that I absolutely regretted parting with was my EBO. I just loved that guitar, and I thought I'll never find that guitar again. I don't even know if Gibson still makes them. Who knows? But
yeah.
um, one day, my brother, who is an outstanding bass guitarist and has been playing like since his infancy and still does play all the time. I don't think he ever stopped playing. Um, he showed up on my back porch on my birthday, knocked on the door and had a guitar case and said happy birthday, and there was
No.
an EBO. I'm
Sweet.
like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So we had talked about it, and they're like, that's the one thing I regret selling. I wish I had never sold it. I don't think I'll ever find one again. And he walked up and handed me one. So,
Wow.
older
Does it look
brother,
like that?
definitely. Yes,
That's
exactly
like,
like that.
so this is like an Epiphone copy of one.
Yeah.
And the neck is enormous, it's just unbelievable. I'm too small for this neck.
Really?
Oh
Mine
my
is tiny.
gosh.
And that's why fell in love with the guitar because, the neck was so small. I have tiny hands. So, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's an awesome. I'm surprised the Epiphone copy is so big. You would think it would be almost identical, you know, but
I
it's
don't know
not.
the I'm not sure if they're different. I couldn't
Well,
say.
there's an EBO and there's an EB3, so
I think that's
and
what
they're
this
almost
is.
identical, but
Yeah,
an EB3, yeah, and I
I
think
think
that
so.
has the larger neck. Yeah, the EBO is the smaller neck, I believe. And that, like I said, that's why I fell in love with it because the neck is so small. That's why I started playing an Ovation when I was playing the acoustic guitar. And still have the Ovation to this day. I don't play it anymore, but I still have it.
But it's a flatback, isn't it? It
Now
does,
it's got the big rounded back.
does it really? Because I saw you playing it
And
in a couple of your videos, and it didn't look
oh,
like it had that rounded.
that's Mark. I don't play my Ovation much at all anymore.
Okay.
Um, yeah, once I got the Martin, I was like, yeah, I think I like this a little bit better. So I
It would
swore
be
I would
nice.
never part with the Ovation, and I won't. I love it, but I just like the sound and everything out of the Martin better. And the neck is not too big for me to handle. So um, I just ever since I got the Martin, I'm gonna go flip flop and forth, but I haven't at all. So yeah, everything you see in the videos and stuff, unless you're looking at an older video from a couple of years ago, anything recent, it's a Martin. It's not the Ovation. So
Okay. I'll look
but
closer next time. This
yeah,
thing's a pen.
yeah. If you
This thing is a Penco. My buddy
Penco, huh?
bought one, and I said, "Boy, that sounds nice." And it's from like the '70s, and he got rid of his, but I kept mine.
Yeah,
It's
it's got a nice sound to it.
Japanese. I just
Very.
changed the strings. I always use light strings, and now I just use the medium ones, and big difference. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd have the strength to play the string, because they're heavier. So I'm used to
Uh
light
huh.
strings, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
I use 12s.
That's what's on here now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I use. I find anything later than that on an acoustic guitar just
Sounds
I
like
don't like
tin.
the sound. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And it depends on the string too. And I'm more the phosphorons. The phosphorons I think has a warmer tone to it too. So
And do you use flat
especially
round
on
on
the
your
ovation.
bass?
Ovations. Yes. Yeah. On the ovation, the the 80-20 bronze. I mean, the ovation's bright to begin with. You put the 80-20 bronze on there, and it's a tin can. So don't like that at all. But the
Hmm.
phosphor bronze is tone. So kind of stuck with that. I won't use anything but elixir now. So hopefully they're in this, and they'll just come sponsor me or something like that. So if anybody from Elixir is watching, I tell everybody to play Elixir.
And I tell everybody to play a
I talked
Martin.
my daughter into it. Yeah. Talked my daughter into elixirs, and Mark, the guy I play with, talked him into it elixirs. And he swore by the Martin strings until he put elixirs on his guitar, and then he went, wow, you're right.
Hmm.
I don't think I'll ever use anything else. So, you know. And my daughter's the same way. So, she loves them, swears by them. They last forever. The tone is great. Yeah, best string on the market as far as I'm concerned. So, that's just my
Cool.
opinion. Some other people will disagree, but that's what I use. Somebody suggested John Pierce, and I tried. I have a pack of John Pierce, and I'm going to try them on one of my other guitars just to see how they feel and sound. But I haven't
Never
tried them
seen
yet.
them.
But yeah,
Is that the name of the brand?
yeah, that's the name of the brand, John Pierce strings. Um, I get my strings online at a place called Just Strings because every time I go into one of the guitar stores around here to get strings, they don't have the elixirs that I use. So, and I get, well, COVID, they didn't produce
They're
enough,
saying that a
so
lot.
they're all backed up. Yeah, and I'll be like, okay, you've been backed up for a year. So I went to Just Strings, and Just Strings sent them right out. Had them in like 3 days. So can't be too backed up, you know.
Right?
But they're backed up enough that none of the guitar stores around here have them. So is what it is. What do you got for us next, Bill?
Next is so I was on Twitter and this Michael Falls was on there and he's an extremely prolific songwriter. He writes lyrics like you can't believe. Every day he sends me 5, 6 sets of lyrics. I mean,
Really?
daily. It's unbelievable. And he put a question out on Twitter: "Is I write lyrics? Does anybody put music to it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And he's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and so he's been feeding me lyrics, and I've been putting music to it. So I'm actually going to play two of them today. And
Okay.
this one I just wrote. He's never heard it, and he said he was going to be watching. So if he is, Mike, don't fall over. But I'm going to try it, dude. So this is called. Oh, now I'm going to forget. Right, long after midnight.
Long After Midnight. Gotcha.
Long after midnight. Now, hopefully, it doesn't sound like any other song. I haven't done that check. I usually check it with like SoundHound or something. Does this sound like anything else? And I didn't do that yet. So maybe at the end you can tell me if it sounds like something else too much. Maybe I'll have to change it. I don't know. But
Okay. We'll do that.
all right. So here we go. And so after midnight, not much is ever said. And it's been a long night with this pain in my head. Long after midnight, in the hour of the witch, been awake for a few nights. This pain is such a bitter thing. And And the darker the night is lonely, and the darker the night is mine. As I adjust to this darkness, it's the only thing you left behind. It's the only thing that you left that's mine. And I see it long after midnight. In the see my place in the gloom. See the shapes that hide in the corners of this dark and lonely room, lonely room, lonely room. 'Cause you're gone. And okay, let me do this. And my mind will be here forever in this room where we loved. Take my place in the corners where me and the shadows rule. And I see it long after midnight, feeling myself in the gloom, blending in with the shapes in the corners of this dark and lonely room. Lonely room, 'cause you're gone. 'Cause you're gone. 'Cause you're gone. Sorry, Mike.
I think you did fine.
Pulled it back, but sometimes you hit one chord that's a little off on a new song, and you're like, oh, heck, I shouldn't have done that.
Hey, it happens to everyone, definitely.
And that's one of the ones I'm working on for release, so it should be fresh, but for some reason, I guess it's the nervous jitters of Mike watching the artist that wrote the lyrics watching me. I'm like, oh man, I got to do this good, and you can't do that. You got to forget about it and just play.
Yep. Yeah. I've forgotten the lyrics to my own songs, and I wrote the lyrics. So at least you didn't write these lyrics. So
true. I monkeyed with them a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah. I actually even, as a joke, I wrote a song called "I Forgot the Words," just poking fun at myself for forgetting the words to my own song, and I never really play it. It's not something that I would play out, but I used to go to an open mic night like once a week with my daughter when she was in college, and the open mic night was real close to where she went to school, but it was kind of like, not only was it the open mic night, but it was kind of daddy-daughter bonding night. We kind of had something that we both had in common and something that we both enjoyed doing. So we would meet every Wednesday night and go to this open mic night. And I played it that one night because I think the week before a song I had just written, and I got up on the stage and just drew a blank, couldn't remember the words, and so I felt stupid. So I wrote that, and the following week I played "I Forgot the Words," and she thought it was hilarious, but haven't really played it since. So it was just that one night for the fun of it. But I still have the lyrics in my laptop and the music, and I could reproduce it in seconds, but I'd rather not.
Does she do the open mic too?
Yeah. She writes a lot more than I do. Probably 5 times what I do.
Has she been on the show?
What's that?
Has she been on the show?
No, she hasn't been on yet. She just moved to Florida back in September, and she was doing a lot of things to get ready for school. She's going for her master's, and She's right now she's working two jobs to save up for when she does go back to school, and so yeah, she really hasn't had much time to pick up the guitar and stuff. But we talked about it. I'm going to be down there in September, and we're probably going to hit an open mic night or two together, just for the fun of it, and and then sometime after that, I'll probably bring her on the show, so that so that she'll get to play some of her original music, which I think is phenomenal. I think she's a
Cool.
great singer songwriter, and so. But now that I've embarrassed her, she'll probably stop watching. But anyhow, um, yeah, I'll get her on the show. But it'll probably be after September. So I think once she gets through the summer and gets everything situated down there, then she'll be cool with it. She can spare an hour for her dad on a Wednesday night. So I am
I'll
sure.
watch.
Yeah.
I'll
So
watch for that one.
yeah, you got a comment that said you nailed that song. So
What?
on YouTube, so or on
Yahoo!
Facebook, one or the other.
Thank
Who's
you.
Joe Meecham?
Ah, thanks, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Joe
Now I
said,
know
yep,
he's
she
watching.
nailed that. Yep, there you go. See? You got more than one fan out there watching. That's a good thing. And
Cool.
hopefully there's a lot of other people watching too, so that don't know you and haven't heard of you. So that they get an opportunity to do that. That's what it's all about. So you're not playing out much at all, or at all at the moment, are you?
At all at the moment. I went to an open mic night and chickened out up in the Schoolhouse Tavern up in Walksville. And I was going to play, and I'm like, man, I haven't. I like when you like I was saying when you record in a studio, you learn the song for that, and then you wind up not playing a whole lot, so you
Right.
forget it. Like I said, and I don't have a gosh. I used to play a list of covers, but I don't know if I can do them anymore. And
Yeah.
be interesting to try. I always thought
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. It's a lot of lugging equipment and the mic stand. It's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've been lately entertaining it. I think maybe the cabin fever is getting me to think twice about that.
Could be. And hey, it's fun. There's no doubt about it. Lugging the
Yep.
equipment, I get you. I don't mind lugging it in and setting it up, but man, do I hate breaking it down and carrying it
Yeah,
out.
definitely. Last
After you've
night's a
played for
horrible night.
3 or 4 hours, that's the last thing you want to do is start hauling equipment again, especially the speakers.
The easy stuff is when
Yeah.
it's acoustic and it's mic like this is. This is kind of easy.
Yeah.
And I was doing, so I did like a business women's meeting for Christmas. It was a duo we did. And geez, we did nursing homes and a lot of church things, weddings. We played all kind of different things together.
Right.
Me and somebody else usually, and even the telethons. We were on the Channel 13 telethons for Dream Come True and Cancer Society, the local food bank in Palmerton, and the Regionaire. So we were
Okay.
trying to make money for them, and that was all. I did it all just because it's fun to do. And I,
Cool.
I I very much enjoy doing that part. I like watching other people like I like feeding off other people like that. And there's
Yeah.
situations like that you can get and do that. And that's I think what I miss from the performances.
Yeah.
The interaction like that, the musical
Yeah.
interaction.
The interaction is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And when you're getting a good response and you're getting good vibes from the crowd you're playing for,
That helps.
obviously that's it, yeah, it helps a lot, definitely. There's no doubt about it. Hey, you mentioned you were near the Lehigh Valley. You're not in Lehigh Valley, are you?
Not anymore.
No. Okay.
No, about 5 years ago, I had a health issue, and we were living in the woods up by Lehighton, and
Okay.
it made more sense to be closer to the rest of the family, and the rest of the family was down in the Philadelphia area, Delaware County. Like I said, I think we were talking
Right.
about it earlier. Like Eastern Pennsylvania is my mom's from Susquehanna County. I've
Uh-huh.
been to school, work, or lived in a number of the other counties, and all the way down to Delaware County. So right now I'm
Yeah.
in Lower Bucks. Moved
Okay.
down to here.
All right. Yeah, Bucks County was kind of sticking in my head because
Yep.
I remember looking at your Reverb Nation account and then going, wait a minute, I thought he was in Jersey. Like, I don't know where I got that from, but
Jersey's not bad. I can deal with that.
No, no, definitely not. Yeah, I grew up in Delaware County, so I'm real familiar with that area. And
Really? Whereabouts?
yeah, I lived in Brookhaven, Chester Township.
Yeah,
Then I lived in Wallingford for a time, and then before I moved up here to Lehigh Valley.
we have family in Wallingford. That's pretty funny.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
my parents both lived in Wallingford for a long, long time.
Wow,
Um,
we'll have to compare notes on that one later.
yeah, for sure,
That's pretty funny.
definitely. Yeah,
Small
I
world.
went to St. James, went to St. James High School,
Okay.
graduated from there, and my oldest son graduated from Nether Providence. So,
Oh,
so
about that.
yeah, hmm small world, right?
I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, yep,
That's funny.
yeah. I moved around a little bit, but I actually spent a few years in Florida um, until I
What
got
drove you
divorced and
back?
getting divorced and having
Oh,
custody of the kids. So, and
uh,
it was getting a little bit rough. I was in the restaurant business. I was trying to work 70 or 80 hours a week
yeah,
and
it's
raise
not
four
easy.
kids by myself, and it wasn't working. So, my family was up here, so felt like it was best to move back up here, and so I'd have some support group, and between my parents and my youngest brother, they were amazing, helping me with the kids, and it all worked out good. So it was probably a real good move to move back. As much as I hated to leave Florida because I loved it there,
Mm.
um, it was a good
You
move to
didn't
move
mind the
back.
heat?
No, not at all, not at all. And I would probably move back there in a heartbeat, except that I have so many ties up here now. It's kind of difficult to do that, and feel like I'd be starting all over again. And I don't know if I want to do that at my age. So we'll see. Maybe when my playing days are over, then I'll move down to Florida.
You're busy
So
playing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just too much going on here in the valley and outside of the valley a little bit too. So um, yeah, it would be tough to kind of go start over, and I certainly wouldn't be working the way I'm working now. So, and that's to me that's huge. I mean, it's something that I've loved to do all my life, and now I'm finally getting a chance to do it again. And wish I had done it 20 years ago, but
Yeah,
never
right.
too late. So, you know,
You can tell
is what
you
it
have a
is.
blast. Yeah, I've watched your
Yeah,
videos and you can tell you're having a good
yeah,
time.
yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're having a great time. Wouldn't give it up for the world at this point. So,
You always play with the
as long
same
as I'm
people?
able. What's that?
You always play with the same people, or you're pretty stable with that?
Yeah, yeah. We've been together as a duo for 2 years. I was doing a lot of solo stuff. I had a band together for about a year that kind of fell apart maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So I went back to playing solo, and then Mark and I have known each other for probably close to 20 years, and we had
Nice.
done stuff together like at barbecues and stuff, but never sober and never serious. So yeah, it's always like, okay, crack open the beer at noon, and then let's get the guitars out at like 3, and play until 2 o'clock in the morning, and just we didn't care how it sounded because we were in the backyard having fun. So
Been
then a
there,
couple
done
years
that.
ago, we said, why don't we try playing as a duo and see how it goes, and be really serious about it. So um, that's what we did, and been very successful with it for the last couple of years. So no sense in changing it. That's for sure. So
I've
and
seen people play out and they use the computer to add effects and drums and other. Do you guys do that, or
no,
is it just
no.
the two of you? That's
I
nice.
have no problem with that. Mark does. Mark
Okay.
freaks out whenever he sees anybody doing that. It's like it's all artificial. There's no talent to that. And I'm like, actually, there is.
There is
There's a lot to
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen guys use the looper and the drum effects and stuff like that. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can sound really, really bad.
Absolutely.
There is an art to using it and using it the right way. And I've heard some people that are fantastic with it. And I've heard some people that I just want to go, hey, dude, unplug that thing and just play. So, um, but Mark's like dead set against that kind of stuff. And he's like, I can't believe people put an iPad on their microphone stand. And You know, if somebody says, "Can you play such and such a song?" and you don't know the song, you can't play it.
True.
But if you
Uh,
have the music and the lyrics in front of you, you can. So I I
you
want to
get
play stuff
invited
that's
back.
memorized. Yeah, I want to play stuff that I've memorized. I don't want cheat sheet in front of me or anything like that. But honestly, for something like that, I mean, it'll pay you back big time. I think in the long run by just having it available and and on honoring the request. That's the big thing. So
Yep.
it's not that often that we have to say, yeah, we don't know that song, and then it's like, hey, we're back here on such and such a date. We'll learn that song. You need to be back so you hear it. And we do that. And sometimes those people come back. Sometimes they don't. But now we've learned another song that we didn't necessarily know how to play. So it works itself out, and there's nothing wrong with it. But he's old school. I'm not. I'm like, it's modern technology. Let's use it. But it's what it is.
Yep.
That's one of the things I say the most. I think it is what it is.
It is. C'est la vie.
Yeah. I must have been watching the Phillies too much when Charlie Manuel was the manager. What it is what it is. Yeah. Anyhow. So what do you got for us next, Bill?
uh, Another one I'm going to just wing. Okay, so this has a funny little story behind it. I was playing with a guy, Bill Donovan, up in Lehigh, and we would jam weekly, like you and Mark, and we were jamming on this song. We called it Zombies, and it was, the zombies are coming, the zombies will eat your brains, and we just having fun, laughing at it, having a couple beers, and we just kick it around. And then I took it home and I put it together, and I oh, so I was looking at this. They sent a Cassini probe to Saturn. This is a long story, but it's kind of funny. And they dropped this probe on the Titan, the one of the moons, and when it was landing, it showed a map of there, and they called this one sea of methane sea. They called it Lygia. And I'm like, wow, they always call it after some kind of mythology or some kind of history thing like that. So I had to look it up, and here it's a story by Edgar Allan Poe, a short story. And I read that, and it's about this girl that this guy's in love with her like immensely, and she dies. And then so he finds another woman, and she's got blonde hair, and he doesn't really like her, and it doesn't go so well, but it's okay because she dies. And then it turns out that he's trying to resuscitate her. He's high on opium because, after all, it's Edgar Allan Poe. And he comes out of his stupor, and he sees what he believes is the first girl standing there. And so I wrote the song about that. So this is one that I actually wrote the lyrics for, but I got to give Bill credit because, man, he said the F sharp would work, and I never believed him, but it did. I was amazed. So thanks,
Cool.
Bill, and I'll do my best on this one. Here we go.
All right.
This is called Raven. It's on YouTube. There's a whole lot more to it, but you get the idea. I hope.
All right.
She's got raven hair. She's intently stare. Magic words cast a spell on me. Forbidden power, she's my desire. Her uncommon wisdom is my prison. Possessed with passion, she'll always be mine. She calls me her baby. She calls me her little boy. She calls me her lover. She calls and I can't walk away. To will is to continue. She becomes feeble-willed and she yields to the angels. And it's yielding. I want this. There's a loveless life, the golden wife, intently dull, lifeless and sullen. Still she's mine, a care in time. But quickly comes her darkest hour. A sense of presence, wine in a ruby drop. Don't call me your baby. Don't call me your little boy. Don't call me your lover. Don't call, 'cause I'll just walk away. Nighttime starts a vigil. Every hour she's here then gone. Warmth and none, she struggles. Guiding hands come back to me. Exhausted morning, I wake to see. In the middle of the room she stands, the perfect beauty of my raven-haired girl. She calls me her baby. She calls me her little boy. She calls me her lover, and I'm her lover. She calls, and I could never walk away. Need a breath.
The Raven.
The Raven.
Jamie says Wallingford representing.
Yes, she is.
Hi, Jamie, and thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciated. Cool. Jamie must know you.
She does.
Okay, very good. I didn't even attempt your last name because I was going to butcher it and I didn't want to embarrass myself. So, Lemke, is that right?
Lemke, yes, it is.
Lemke, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't butcher it. I'm good.
It's close. Yep.
Close enough, right? Well,
Absolutely.
thank you for tuning in, Jamie. Appreciate it. Very much appreciate everybody who tunes in. And certainly would appreciate anybody who tunes in any Wednesday night. So we're here every Wednesday night from 8 to 9 o'clock. And always definitely have a decent show lined up for you. Bill, you were worried about not having enough material to fill the night. And
that's what I do.
We are. We haven't touched the stuff that you sent me. God, we might have to schedule another night to play the recorded stuff.
I'll have to learn some more. Well, you know what? I'll have some written. Be able to play some more, and I'll practice them even more.
We got to get you out playing some.
That'd be fun.
Just for the fun of it, you know?
Yeah.
Get out and play, you know? It can't hurt.
Definitely. Can't hurt is right.
Work on a few covers because, they still like them for some reason.
Yeah, I get a few. I have some lists over there in the corner. Old books about, with actual music in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. And a lot of times I'll just use Ultimate Guitar and go, okay, I like the way this guy's playing it, so
play
I'll
along.
play it this way. Yeah. So
that would actually, there was a time that I could actually play it through a headset and I would play with the music and it would come out nice.
Yeah.
But I can't keep up anymore right now.
Yeah.
At least.
There was one day we were just sitting out back and messing around with the guitars, and my oldest son plays as well. And he says, "I want to see if you're still as good as you used to be." And he sticks his headphones on my head, and he starts this song. And a couple seconds later, I'm playing right along with it, and because
Oops.
that's what I used to do. To this day, I still can't read music, so I never learned how to read music. So I played everything by ear. And now it's easy to go, okay, well that's a G chord and that's a C chord, and you know, and play along with the song. But
Yeah,
I,
but challenge
for
accepted and done.
yeah, exactly, and that's like I said, for the longest time, that's what I would do. Even when I was playing in bands, and we'd say, okay, we're going to do this song by this group, and if I didn't have the album, I'd go out and buy it, and I would just sit and listen to it and listen to it.
So you
If I
got a
had the
great
bass line
record
down,
collection, do you?
not so much anymore.
Uh,
You know, Again, another one of those things. Vinyl's coming back now, and you know, I got rid of most of my vinyl stuff at a yard sale. So,
uh,
what are you gonna do? Because it was cassettes and then CDs, and now nobody even plays CDs. I have a million CDs. I don't know what good they're gonna do me. Coasters, I guess. I don't know. Although I do still have a CD drive in my laptop, so and when I go see a local artist and they have music out, and I want to support that local artist, I'll buy their CD and I'll upload the stuff to my computer and put it on my phone or an iPod, and you know, and then stick the CD in a little box and never see it again for unless I need to burn it again for some reason. But it
but
works.
you have your stuff. Your stuff is up on Bandcamp,
Yeah, I'm
right?
on Bandcamp, but I'm pretty much everywhere. I'm on
Uh,
Apple and Amazon and
you
Google, and
released through CD Baby.
yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So yeah, I went through CD Baby. I actually just joined Bandcamp a couple months ago, maybe.
I
Um,
just joined
yeah,
today because you inspired me to do that, just to see what it
yeah,
was like. You know.
yeah. I mean, you can sell your music through Bandcamp. They charge
Hmm.
you a handling fee when you do sell it, and then once a month, the first Friday of every month, they waive their handling fees. So I try to push everybody. Hey, if you're gonna buy my music, buy it on the first Friday of the month. you know, that way I don't pay them any fees, and I get to keep all the money you spend. So you know,
Yeah.
their fees aren't that bad though. I don't think, but it's nice when they waive them the one Friday a month. So they've been
There's
doing that
so
ever
many.
since. Yeah,
There's so many out there that you can. Oh my gosh! All the between the social medias and Bandcamp, Reverb Nation, all the other ones. You could spend a fortune trying to promote. It's just
yeah, exactly.
gets crazy.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I find I get most of my followers from Twitter,
Ah,
and then they end up following my music on Spotify or whatever. And so if I get listeners off that, that's fine. And every now and then I sell some music. So I find that I sell CDs when I'm not in the area. Like locally, I hardly ever sell much. But I go
wow.
on the road and I sell CDs like crazy. And I don't know if it's you know, these people in South Carolina feel sorry for me, so they're going to throw me $10 to put gas in my car, or what it is. But or hey, I never saw this guy before. He may never be back. I'm going to buy his music. Who knows? But I sell more merchandise on the road than I do any other place. So
Ah,
than I do around here. It's kind of crazy, but. And CDs are definitely going away. I mean, most people don't have a CD player in their car anymore. And
yeah, true.
you buy a new laptop, it doesn't have a CD drive. So, what are they going to do with them?
Yeah.
So, so I get very few printed, and if I run out, then I'll get more printed. So, and that happened with my first album. So I got another 50 printed, but I still have some of them left. And my second album, it's going okay. But
Who does your
well,
art?
Um, the artwork for the second album was a local guy here. Um, I'm trying to think of the Tiny Elephant Designs is the name of his business. A guy by the name of Bill McConney, and he does really nice work. So he's done a couple things for me, but he did the front cover for the new album. Um, the first album was just a picture. That was the cover. A picture of me um,
Right.
from a performance.
This
But
last one is a set table with two people. Like I think it's "Say Something" is one.
yeah, say something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was like, I talked to him several times and said like, come up with something that says that theme. Like the song is really about, um, you know, getting to that point in a relationship where maybe it's time to go our separate ways, and please say something to make me stay. And so kind of set that mood, you know. And he came up with a bottle of wine, and
It's nice. Nice
yeah.
cover.
So he
So
did nice work with it.
Jamie there is has done a couple of artworks for me. Done the
Yeah.
covers for me. She's a designer like that.
Oh, cool, cool.
She used to work for oh, I'm sorry, Jamie, I don't remember. They did CDs. That's what they did. She
Yeah.
had designed the cover for the World Cafe, the 30th year anniversary year.
Oh, okay, cool.
She did the cover for that, and I can't think of the name of the company. They were in Pennsauken. Darn it! Oh well.
Jeez.
You could send things there, and they do cut. They do that. That's what their job was.
Yeah, they pretty much own CD Baby too. Disc makers.
That's it. Thank
Yeah,
you. I'm
disc
glad you
makers.
remember.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I was drawing a blank there for a minute too. So I think you have another song that you said you were going to play live, and we haven't even gotten to that yet.
I had two more. Yeah.
Two more. Well, I don't care if we run over a little bit.
Okay.
It's
I'll keep the
it's all
description
good.
short then. This next one's by the lyrics were by Matt Carson. He had a totally different idea for it, and when he heard what I did, I put it together in 2 weeks, and it was so nice. It just fell in. But it's a story about how he went to he found the love of his life, but he was with other people that were leaving while he was on vacation, and he never got a chance to get the information, so he wanted to always go back and find her and hook up again, and it never happened. So he wrote this as like kind of a sad, nice love song.
Oh, okay.
See what I can do with it. Cobalt skies and beaches too, the early morning oceans dew. Going back to be with you, to see the eyes that match the water's hue. I'm in love, and it's plain to me that this is right as it can be. I'm in love, and it's clear to see that this is what it's meant to be. Seal the sun and tropic climes, the nighttime breeze, the moon that shines. I'm going back, I have to go to the ocean surf, the sand between your toes. I'm in love, and it's plain to me that this is what I need it to be. I'm in love, and it's clear to me that this is what I need it to be. I've got my spot in latitude. I've packed my bags and changed my attitude. Cobalt skies and beaches too, the early morning oceans dew. I'm going back to be with you, to see the eyes that match the ocean's blue. I'm in love, and it's plain to me that this is right as it can be. I'm in love, and it's clear to me that this is right as it will ever be.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you. That was done on
What
a
was the
12
name of that
string.
one?
Oh, I'm going back.
I'm going back. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And I used a 12 string on that one, on the
Yeah.
recording. It sounds a lot fuller, so it's kind of cool. It's actually 12 and 6 string going on with a bass line.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
And again, you played most of the instruments, right?
On that one, Chuck played the bass for me.
Chuck played the bass for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chuck. And Matt wrote the lyrics. I wrote the music and played everything else.
Cool. Good. Yeah, I don't have the talent on the other instruments. I can play the guitar and the bass guitar. That's about it. So.
Well, yeah. Got to
Don't let
listen
me
to the
anywhere
sax.
near the drums.
Next time we'll listen to the sax, and it's really just
Yeah.
that's a MIDI. I played sax in high school, and I know how the breathing and all that was, so I could match the feel of that. But gosh, I've lost the ability to play that for a long time ago.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
We
You
are
got
going
one more
over
for
now.
us, right?
I'm sorry.
You got one more for us, right?
One more, yeah, and guys, we'll make it faster because we are going over. It's going a lot faster than I thought it would.
It's all good.
It's another one by Michael Falls in Edmonton again. So this is called Make Believe. If I can do it right. See the setting sun, the real brilliant reddish hue tugs upon my heart, 'cause I know she sees it too. I know that she's out there, although I know not where. Maybe she's lost the love, well, I wish that she was here. I'm lost in her memory, and I reach out for her hand, afraid to look away, 'cause the image may turn to sand. Living in a land of dreams, pretending she's not gone, and holding on to feelings that I cherished for so long. I'm living in a land of make-believe, one where you're still out there, one where you still need me. I can see your smile, and you reach out for my hand, but it's only in this make-believe land. No longer by my side. Does she dream? Did she love our days? Did she love our nights? Does she think about us? Did she wish she didn't leave? She said her love was strong. Maybe tomorrow she'll return. Another day, the sunset, the ending of a dream. Take some consolation in the closeness we achieved. When I see the sunrise, like kissing the clouds, feel myself returning, and I might not ever leave. There's comfort in this land of make-believe. I'm living in a land of make-believe, one where you're still out there, one where you still need me. I can see your smile, and you reach out for my hand, but it's only in this make-believe land. Living in a land of make believe, one where you're still out there, one where you still need me. I can see your smile and you reach out for my hand, but it's only in this make believe land.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you get a lot of lyrics from this guy, huh?
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
He's got so many, there's plenty for everybody, kind of thing.
Sometimes I struggle with that. I feel like I do a nice job with lyrics, but I also feel like it takes me a long time sometimes to come up with the right combination, and and
it
then I have
does.
to work on how I want to sing it, and is this melody right for these lyrics and all that stuff. So, and then there's days where I can sit down and write a song in an hour and
And it just
be done
snaps
with
right
it,
in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great.
So
I have lyricist Ladina Lane is in Finland. She wrote a couple songs for me. Michael Falls, Matt Carson, Bill Donovan, Chuck Selsley, and me. We're the basic. That's the core of the people that do it. And then Jamie does my some of my graphics. I do some graphics, and that's pretty much it.
Great.
It's the group,
Cool.
and we can be seen YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, other places. Looking for Roca Group, or just Roca, or just Bill Meecham. Also in Reverb Nation, and soon to be Bandcamp. Thanks to Ralph.
Cool. Well, hopefully things will go well for you on Bandcamp. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And I will definitely look you up and follow along and see what you got put out there. And
Thanks.
I'll have to
Likewise,
double
I'm going to
check.
be looking you up on your concert list there and seeing if I can hook up on that kind of thing. I'd like to
Yeah.
see that live.
Yeah, well, down in Bucks County on Sunday, actually,
Okay.
at New Hope Winery. So, on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that won't be crowded.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
No, not a little bit.
On a Sunday, Mother's Day in New Hope? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who goes there? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, actually. That's our first time in New Hope, so.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good place to play.
Yeah, hopefully we'll go down there and make a good showing and be back again and again. So that's the thing. Playing a lot of new places this year, so when
Awesome.
you get
That's
into a new
awesome.
place, try and make a good impression. Put your best foot forward. So
Good to hear.
yeah, that's that. It's working out really well. So hopefully it continues that way. But that's up to us. Go in and throw down a clunker, then they're not going to have you back. So
I know clunkers.
yeah. It's funny, you rehearse and you think you know songs like the back of your hand. And so
Never.
you go, we don't need to rehearse that one. We're fine. Oh, we know that one like the back of our hand,
And
And
then
then
it's
you
like
get there.
ADD. Something catches your eye. It's like, oh, where am
Yeah,
I?
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Mark will glare at me like, there's no F chord in that song. What are you doing, Or I'll glare at him and like, how did you
It's major,
skip
not
that
minor.
F sharp minor? Yeah, exactly. But
That's fun.
we play that song in our sleep. How did you play the wrong chord there?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yep, that's precisely what I was doing here. It was great fun, though.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. So
Yep.
you just keep on going. So one of the things I learned a long time ago was, especially when you're performing out live, like never indicate that you made a mistake.
Just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, because people don't realize it, especially when you're playing your own music. They don't know
Yes.
the song. You're the only one that knows you made a mistake.
And then
So-
you find a different variation, and then suddenly you're improvising. It's like, wow, I didn't know I had that.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you're going, you know what? I'm going to play it that way from now on. So, so it is the right way to play it now. So
in. Yep.
it works. Bill, I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Ralph. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. And I know you were a little bit apprehensive about it at first, but hey, look, man, you sounded great.
Thank you.
No need to be nervous about anything, man. You sound good. And
Thanks. Appreciate it.
yeah, we'll arrange something to get you back on and get some more stuff out of you, and maybe play a couple of your recorded versions so that people can get to hear what that kind of stuff is like too. And
That would be great. I'd really enjoy
yeah,
that for sure.
cool. Sounds awesome. And you can tell us all about what's behind those songs as well. So that'd be a good thing. So I will definitely be in touch. We'll definitely do that. Um, After we sign off, stick around for a couple minutes, and I'll let you talk to Steve about if you want to get some of that stuff, some airplay on the radio side. So
Okay, yeah,
you
cool.
can definitely do that. So, all right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks again for being on.
Thanks,
You for
everybody.
that tuned in. Next week we will have Taylor Shea from Colorado. Young lady who's a fantastic singer-songwriter. She just came out with a brand new single. Actually, she's been pumping out one single a month, I think, for I don't know how long. But she's got a couple albums out there, and but she's got a lot of music that you will definitely enjoy, I'm sure. Fantastic singer-songwriter. So Taylor Shea next week, and then I think I'm still looking for somebody on the 19th, although I think I have somebody semi-committed, so we'll see what happens. But we'll definitely have a show on the 19th. Just not sure who it is yet. So we will see you all next week. Again, thanks for tuning in to Artist Spotlight with Ralph. And thank you, Bill Meecham, for coming on. And
Peace.
we will definitely look you up.
You gotta keep the fire burning. Chase your dream, don't hesitate. Keep on dreaming, keep on yearning. Don't let the flame die while